Dan, we already did Avatar. We can't do it again.
We're doing Avatar again because we're gonna after all the terrible movies we've watched before and after we need to reassess Avatar 3.
No,
Avatar 1. I bet you if we watched Avatar 1, we'd be like, that's fine.
I think it was fine. It's just Pocahontas, but it's fine. Yeah, it's totally fine.
It's dopey for whatever reasons, but it was like the reasons that Avatar 1 was dopey, they just kept doing.
More. They added more, but they're just like, okay, what if we double down? People will come back around. Hey, watch it! With Dan and Tony! Hey, watch it! With Dan and Tony! It's like watching, yeah!
Welcome to Hate Watching with Dan and Tony. I am Dan.
I am Tony.
This is the show that examines the contemporary movie. That's what we do. We examine the contemporary movie.
That sentence promises an intelligence to our podcast that we will not be delivering, just for the record.
Well, I mean, you need to bring intelligence to the analyzation of the contemporary movie? I don't think
Probably not, but the sentence just sounds smart. That's all I'm saying. You used big words. I only understood one of the three. It's tough.
We got to start off this episode by making fun of Tony. Oh, because Tony uploaded our thing onto the podcast networks, where he uploaded it, and it was just him talking. Just him talking. Cut old Dan Goodsell right out of the podcast.
There's a second part that you didn't seem to notice is that it was also the uncut version.
Oh, yeah, so it was the unedited. It was everything. I noticed that. I was like...
And it starts with me just talking to myself anyhow because you left me to go talk to Shannon.
Oh, did I?
So it starts with me talking to myself, and then you come back, and it's still just me talking to myself. It's very interesting. But here's what it was, Sam. Our numbers have been stagnant for a while, So I was like, what if I mix up the formula and I cut out the dead weight and I just keep the champ in? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
No, I blew it. That was double check your work, kids.
Well, always. I usually don't check that, so it could have been going on for months. You were just uploading yourself.
Every episode I've ever released, I wouldn't know. I don't listen to it. I just watch the video, so hard to be sure.
Yeah, I watch it on YouTube. I don't watch all of them on YouTube, but sometimes I'll put them on because they're quite funny.
I do like to just make sure that they work visually, and I've never checked auditorily. Yeah, my bad. So that's been added to the checklist.
Okay, Tony. Now that we've gotten that off the table, what movie have you chosen for us to watch from our pantheon of the greats? I was talking to Shannon. Who are our pantheon of the greats? Gerard Butler, old G Butt.
Great, friend of the pod.
Who's the other? We have three of them that we do pretty much all their movies now.
Well, yeah.
This one's a Marky Mark.
Mark Wahlberg. Yep, love him to death.
Who's the other? There's another dude. We do their movies. Oh, we don't do Jason Statham.
But we should. I think they might be too good.
No, I don't.
That's the problem.
I think they might be too generic to each other. I think that's the problem. Sure. I've never gone down the Statham. I've never thought.
But maybe I will because I do like him and he moves good. He's a good mover.
I was just watching.
Mover and a shaker.
Watching the Red Letter Media guys talk about the Crank movies, which I guess are
I've got a Crank story for you.
They're very dirty movies, I guess. I've seen part of one, and I watched it for a while, and I was like, meh.
Now, what you don't get is from the trailer, you don't understand that it's a dirty movie. And then you take your mother to that movie when you're in high school. And you're both sitting in the theater and you're like, what the fuck is going on right now? Why does he have a boner? What's happening? It is so awkward because that trailer does not tip the bit whatsoever. And it took us both by surprise. And we still laugh about it today. Like she brings it up every once in a while. And I was just like, this is the worst day of my life. So Statham holds a place in my heart.
Statham. So Tony, what movie did you choose for us to do? And I'll try and think about the other.
Your third brother. Well, this is as Dan mentioned. Mark Wahlberg is on a roll right now, just swinging for the fences. Does he have a deal with Amazon Prime? Because the last one was on Amazon Prime too, right?
This was an Amazon MGM Co. I think.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure.
He's just banger after banger, this guy. He's really killing the game right now. Because there was that family movie that he did as well that was terrible. We didn't do it for the podcast, but I loved it.
Family movie.
He's like a spy, and then he's an undercover dad. I don't know. It just came out not too long ago, but he's doing some real good stuff right now. So I thought, what a perfect time to just watch his new movie with someone who I won't talk about this too much on the pod because I don't want to come off as like a bitter, jealous guy, even though I am. I am not a fan of Paul Walter Hauser. I think he is a snooze fest.
What?
I don't think he's funny. I don't think he's all that interesting. He's a fine actor. Like it's not that I think he's a bad actor. I just think that he's not funny. And this movie, I think, would have been much funnier if somebody else was in that part. Almost anybody.
Did you say the name of the movie?
Nope, sure didn't. You're absolutely right. This movie is, of course, called Balls Up, the new Amazon Prime Video about the official condom sponsor of the World Cup.
I took immense joy in thinking that you had to watch this movie. As much pain as I might have been in watching this movie, I knew your pain was just astronomically higher than my pain because...
And tell the people why.
That dude, whatever his name is, Paul Walker, whatever his name is.
Walter Hauser.
Paul Walter Hauser. Maybe you could get a performance out of him. Maybe. So I don't know. Maybe there might be a movie where you could... Because there's like... You see stuff sort of, creeping around the edges where you're like, okay, there's a little bit of a comedic instinct in there, but man, they play it at a 1 and a 2. Most of this movie's at a 1 and a 2, and you're just like, well, what is this? This a Peter Farrelly movie too, which
that actually makes some sense with some of the stuff that happened. Copy,
yeah. I mean, I think it was Peter. It's one of the Farrellys.
Well, it doesn't really matter which one. I don't think. I'm sure they have differences that people can tell us about. I don't care.
We've done them before, and they're terrible now.
Yes, correct.
One of them.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that this movie would have played in the 90s. I think it would have played exactly the same as it plays here.
Oh, 100%. No. Speaking as someone who still thoroughly enjoys 90s movies and wishes we made them like they used to, this is not that. This is not it. It kind of wants to be, but it's not. It definitely can't pull it off. So, and again, I won't hark on. I think he's bad in everything I've seen him in. Caveat. Asterisk here. I have not seen Blackbird, which is kind of where he blew up, where he plays like the serial killer guy.
He was in Blackbird. We saw Blackbird. We loved it. It was great.
Right. He's apparently very good in that, and I think that's wonderful.
He's an actor in that. He just acts.
Right. So just make him do drama. Because he's not funny. I thought he was awful in Naked Gun. I thought he was awful in Cobra Kai. Just not a fan. Not a fan of this guy. And that's it. I'll stop now. I'll stop. I think I've seen interviews with him. I think he's a very interesting guy. I like him a lot personally. I don't think he's super charming, which is fine. But he has some very interesting views, and he's very he doesn't like Hollywood, like big shot people that like take advantage of things because they're, famous. He called out The Rock one time and had to apologize because The Rock is like, or Vin Diesel, one of the two. He called one of those two out and was like, oh, he's, always late to work and taking all that for granted and stuff. And I was like, yeah, okay. So you have like the blue collar, viewpoints of stuff, which is great for him. I just don't think he's funny.
He's not funny.
I think he was a wrestler, so he's got that sort of, over drama vibe. So I'm sure he's great in Blackbird.
But does he have an over drama vibe.
I mean more he's not flamboyant, which is what you really want out of a wrestler, which we'll talk about later at the end of the show, by the way.
Oh.
But no, okay. Anyhow, moving on. This is Balls Up, Mark Wahlberg, Paul Walter Hauser, Benjamin Bratt, unbelievable. A+. He's still given. He's 62 years old. He looks great. His energy is incredible. I'm jealous.
He understood what the brief was.
He understands the assignment because he's a real actor and he's worked a long time. So he gets it, you know?
It was funny because I saw something online, and I think there's some new movie with Don Johnson. And I was like,
love that.
Sign me up. Every movie we've done with Don Johnson, we're like, I'm a fan. You know, he's great. He brings it. And like these old guys, they understand a lot. They can be in kind of crappy movies, but they're still bringing what they can bring.
Because they can play to the genre. They understand the game and they can play the game. These newer people can't play the game. They don't understand. I really don't think that we get it anymore. We've really lost the plot here. But even like Sacha Baron Cohen, I thought was very fun in this movie. Could we have done more with him? Absolutely. 100%.
You thought he was fun. Okay.
I said funny. I didn't say fun, I think. I said funny.
Okay.
He's got some jokes in there that I enjoyed. But
okay. Well,
he's also subdued. You know what I mean? Like he's playing in this movie, whereas I think Benjamin Bratt is playing what this movie should be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I mean, I didn't really laugh in this entire movie. I mean,
I think I had 3 laughs that I wrote down.
There was
first laugh of the movie, second laugh of the movie. Maybe I didn't write down. I thought I had a third laugh, but I might not have written it down.
Yeah, there's one funny bit. There's one bit that I liked, which, I mean, there are just so many things you could just feel the director's hand was not, both the director's hand and the writer's hand were just not on the tiller. You know, it's the conflict between these two characters doesn't exist. Like,
it's completely fabricated. Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, we're conflicting for 30 seconds. They were like, yeah, but we're best friends too. You're like, what the fuck? These guys have to be at each other's throats until the 100th minute.
Until they have a moment that brings them together. And not just because like, well, they should just get along for this part because that makes this scene easier to do.
They're just walking around and terrible things have happened and they're like, well, you know, whatever.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
What? I don't understand. Like, did nobody watch Tropic Thunder before they started watching the movie? You know, it's like, how can you not start a movie like this without watching Tropic Thunder and going like, oh, I see. Everybody's got to play these parts. And play
the role. Yeah.
Well, and write him a role. I don't know what
the character. When I say play the role, I mean like that character needs to be that character throughout the movie.
Yeah,
because that's the idea of characters.
Well,
I was just gonna say. So at one point they eat an alligator. Well, we don't have to talk about how they would never be able to even cut through the hide, but they eat an alligator. One of the characters, Paul Walter Hauser, is like an extreme OCD clean freak. One thing he's probably not going to do is eat an alligator after cutting it up and cooking it on a fire without any sort of sanitary things whatsoever. You don't think they cooked it?
I don't think they cooked it. It was just they were just diving into the opening of an alligator.
Even worse. He's just not going to do that. Like that doesn't make any sense.
And they also said that was a caiman, and it looked like an alligator.
I didn't understand. Was there a joke? Were those jokes? Because I didn't understand it at all.
Don't get me wrong. I do not know my reptiles that well. But my understanding of what a caiman is a smaller type alligator with a longer, thinner snout. I mean, like long and like comically long and thin. You know, so you're like, look at that
like
guy.
A needle nose alligator. Got it.
That is what it looks like. It looks like a needle-nosed alligator. Maybe there's caimans that look exactly like alligators and crocodiles.
Sure.
But when they said it was a caiman, I was just like, what? Why are you saying it's, I mean, I don't know. You'd have to look up the whole animal thing, but
Sure.
it seems like you could, it would have been very funny if they were arguing whether it's an alligator or a crocodile, but it's very funny looking. And then the woman's like, well, it's a caiman. You're like, oh.
Sure, because then it's like, well, it's not, you idiot.
Right, because that's an argument they have is alligator or crocodile. Then she, introduces the thing, well, it's a third thing. But there's so many things that are like, we'll talk about that joke about the girl having sex with everybody and not with the two guys, and then there's no explanation. You're just like, you're doing all this work to set up this dynamic, the dynamic not funny, and you don't ever get to the point where you explain why the dynamic would be funny.
Yeah, well, because it wouldn't be. They're just incels at that point. They're just mad that they're not getting the girl for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, it's this whole movie is just this weird pile of bits that there's just
don't work.
No connective tissue.
Well, yeah, they don't work on their own or together, which is you're 0 for 2. That's pretty much a strikeout, as they say.
Yeah, in a movie like this, where this is kind of like what was the movie with the Saturday Night Live 3 guys, search for the lost treasure or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You're moving from
Please don't destroy's movie. Why can't I remember what it's called?
You're moving from bit to bit to bit. And
the Treasure of Foggy Mountain.
Treasure of Foggy Mountain, which was Foggy Mountain like in another country? Did they go to another country or was it in America?
You think I remember that movie at this point? I don't.
One final thing. We did the movie with Mark Wahlberg and Kevin Hart, which wasn't great, but at least that was a comedy. Yeah. There was like,
you have Kevin Hart, which is going to help. So here's why I was talking.
Wahlberg was also fine in that. He's terrible in this.
So let me. I know the answer.
Okay,
I already
good.
know the answer.
I don't know. I didn't know the answer.
This is what I was thinking about all last night. It's all Paul Walter Hauser's fault. And bear with me.
Okay.
So you have the nice guys, the other guys. Which one is he in? One of them's. It doesn't matter. One of them's Russell Crowe. One of them's Ryan Gosling. I think it's the other guys. Is him and Will Ferrell. I enjoy that movie.
That one's okay. Yeah.
And why is that? Because Will Ferrell is playing the quote straight man in that movie, but he plays a straight man as a comedic. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't play the straight man. This is just straight man. Paul Walter Hauser's just like no jokes, nothing. Mark Wahlberg needs someone to elevate him. He can play along because he's done this his whole career. Like he's had a career. He can act, but he needs something to help him.
Sure.
He needs to match someone's energy. His best scene for me is when he's with Benjamin Bratt. Sure. That's Mark Wahlberg's best scene. And that's because Benjamin Bratt is bringing some heat and he's like, oh, I'm going to play up to your level.
Yeah.
The whole rest of the movie, Mark is playing down to Paul Walter Hauser's level, and it's terrible. And so in the other movie, he plays up to Kevin Hart's level, who is also kind of the, quote, straight man. They have this really interesting thing where Mark plays against a straight man, and they want you to think he's the character. But the straight man is actually the character, which is it's a very interesting dynamic for me. And that's what they were like, oh, I understand the math to this. Let's do a movie like that. But they hired someone who can't play that character.
Well,
and so then Mark falls flat.
If we think back on that movie, Kevin Hart's character is the character going through it.
100%.
Mark Wahlberg
he's the straight man of the movie.
He's the straight man, but he's going through it. And in that 100%. Other guy's thing, it's Will Ferrell's character that's going through it. And he's like, he's losing his mind.
Yep.
The Elijah character, I do not know this guy's name. Paul, I'm going to write it down. Paul Walter Hauser?
That's it. That's his name.
Walter.
Don't forget it. He's a huge star now. I don't know if you know that. He was in Inside Out too and everything.
Oh, well, maybe that was good. But he's never going through it. He's just like,
nope. But he certainly should be. He should be going through some shit. I don't understand. He got fired from his job. He's never going to get another job. I don't really care what you tell me. He wasn't good at his first job, right? He can't talk to people. He can't socialize except for, the rest of the movie when he needs to do all that stuff. He's an OCD freak Sorry, excuse, that's offensive, but that's who he's playing.
Yeah.
In the middle of a jungle, getting shit thrown at him. He doesn't have a real restroom in sight. He should be in hell right now.
Mm-hmm.
And instead, he's fine. Yeah, whatever. It's cool. I'm all right.
People shot to death. And it's always that classic thing of, when people are shot to death in front of you.
Yeah.
What's your level of reaction? A 2.
0. Yeah. Oh, 2. Wow, that was nice of you. That's really generous, Dan.
They did run. They didn't walk out. They didn't be like.
That's true. You're right. They went for a speed. That's great. One of my favorite. One of those. You know how I do moments where I'm like, wow, that should be really funny. That is when Sacha Baron Cohen gets shot. And he's dying on the ground. And Paul Walter Hauser is like, stay here. And then he has that moment where he's like, I don't know why I said that. This is the best thing that could have happened to us. That moment should be so funny to me. And it's not funny at all.
Well,
and
there weren't any lines, right? He didn't say, did he even say the stay here, like trying to really keep him alive? He was like, stay here. Come on.
So no, so he said the words, but there was no real emotion. He wasn't like,
yeah, he didn't say it.
Stay with me. I'm so upset. And then has that turn where it's like, wait a second, what am I talking about? We needed him to die. Let's get out of here. There's no pivot. It's all one level, and that joke doesn't land. So that was like the moment where I was like, I understand what's wrong with this whole movie.
And that's why I don't agree with you, and I blame the director. That's the director's problem.
I'm sure.
That's the director's fault, 100%. Because if you're like letting that be you're standing there, you're a director. You've worked with Jim Carrey.
All right, but here's the difference, right? You work with Jim Carrey. Jim comes in at a 12. Gives you something crazy and you're like, Jim, I love it. Let's try this. Let's bring it down to a 9 for this scene so we can have somewhere to go later. Paul Walter Hauser walks in, he gives you a 0 and you're like, okay, well, can you give me a 4? And then he gives you a 0. And you're like, okay, Paul, I need you to give me a 2. Let's split the difference. He gives you a 0. At some point you give up, right? I'm not saying I know that's what happened.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I do not believe that. I mean, I don't know anything about this guy. As a director
who's watching his movie fall apart or in front of his eyes, he gives up. He's too old for this shit. I don't know.
We start in the boardroom. Here is Paul Walter Hauser as the character Elijah giving a practice pitch. And he is pitching, they're a prophylactic company. And they have created he has created. So he's the scientist. Mm-hmm. Not that we ever see him do any science in the entire movie.
Sort of create,
there's nothing creative or scientific he does. He has created a condom that goes over the penis and over the balls. Mm-hmm. Okay. They do a thing where like a lot of disease is transmitted through the balls.
They kind of say that, but I don't think there's any evidence to back that up. Now, I need some facts, not real facts, but in the movie, you need to tell me how much, give me a percent, give me the names of the diseases that are like specific to the balls. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
There are some jokes you can make to make me get on board with that. But right now, I'm like, what are you talking about? What's happening?
How is this a necessary thing? I don't know. Doesn't sound like it. He starts doing weird talking about sex and balls. And then their big plan. Oh, there is a joke at the beginning, isn't there? I
don't think so.
Yeah, there is a joke.
Okay,
there is a joke. Oh, so they want to become the sign the condom of the World Cup.
Yeah.
So that's their plan is to this. So that's what this is setting up for. Why this guy, who's the scientist that created it, as opposed to Brad, the salesman, why we aren't just automatic. There's no explanation as to why we should be listening to this idiot speak. It should be
anything,
Brad.
There's the opposite.
It should be Brad doing it, and he should be saying things. No, that's wrong, or something. He should be interjecting.
That's fun.
Because
you're butchering my product.
There's never going to be a case where anyone is going to want to hear this guy talk, and he does not have any power, so he wouldn't even be allowed in the room. What is
No,
he
he
adding to
shouldn't
the
be.
situation?
Absolutely nothing. And there's a point where Molly Shannon's character says, if this pitch doesn't go well, we go tits up. And it's like, well, then why why would you be doing this? Why would this even be a thing if this is super important? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. You'd be like, and at the end, she should be like, no, you're not doing, it's like they're acting like this guy has some decision power. He has no power. And there's never an explanation as to why he might have some power.
And if this was, you're right, if this was more something like he had been begging or he's someone's, nephew or something at the company and they're just indulging him for this and they're like, oh my God, just get it over with, dude. No, you can't do it. That was terrible. Then that makes more sense than this somehow being a real moment in any of these people's lives. That makes sense.
One guy raises his hand and he's like, could I be excused? And they're like, why should you be excused? And he's like, I have kidney dialysis. That was a good joke.
Right.
That was a good joke. That's a good joke.
It's only good for me because late at the end of the movie, he's on the dialysis machine out in the public.
Yeah.
That was when I laughed at that joke. Not when it happened. Because I was like, is he really like he's dying? And are we making a joke? I don't understand. But then later when he's on the machine, I'm like, good for you. You did a nice callback.
Then he reveals the name of the new product. What's the name of the new product, Tony?
I don't know. The testicular vehicular. I don't know.
Testicle Sentinel.
That's it.
Then he says it sells itself. Roll credits. There was no joke. They rolled credits out of a dead scene that ends without a joke.
That is correct.
You're just sitting here going like, where's the joke? There's no joke.
Dan thought there was one joke. I thought there were no jokes.
No. I mean, at the end of the scene, you have to.
No, I know. I'm
saying
go into
in
credits
the entire
scene. I'm saying this entire scene
Yeah.
should just be cut because there's no jokes in it. They're doing this weird thing where, and listen, I don't know. I've never been to a condom factory. Isn't the right word, but like marketing room.
Maybe.
Would they really be? Would everyone really be offended talking about it? Everyone seems so uncomfortable talking about condoms when they're at a condom company. I don't understand the dynamic here. It doesn't make any sense. Like he pulls out a dildo and everyone's like, oh no, I was like, well, where else do you want him to pull out his dick to show you how it works? That doesn't make any sense. You're telling me no one has ever done this? That doesn't make any sense. Or perhaps maybe they have like their own, condom holders. I don't really know how it works, but they shouldn't all be so offended by talking about penises when their entire job is covering penises. That doesn't make any sense.
There should be no prudish behavior at a company that only sells condoms.
That's what they do.
It's all they sell.
They're looking at dicks 24/7, Dan. They shouldn't be afraid. Very weird.
Boom, we do the credits. Credits, I think, look good. I think they did.
I wrote the same thing. I thought they were very cute. It was a fun little jingle song. I loved it.
Yeah.
Best part of the movie.
So we're at this courtesy buffet, and it's we meet Brad a little more, and then Elijah's the designer. Brad's the slick sales guy, and then we talk about them being perfect partners because Brad is all sizzle and then he's the real stuff. It's like, well, they're not partners. They're guys that work in two different places and probably
correct.
Never interact with each other one time.
100%. Also, they don't complement each other.
Nope.
Brad doesn't need Elijah at all.
Nope.
Elijah is the behind the scenes guy that makes things and then Brad sells them. That's not the same thing as a tag team. It's just not.
So we go into the office. Here's Benjamin Bratt as Santos, the head of Brazil, I guess.
And he looks good.
He looks good.
The Brazilian football team, right?
Or is he in charge of the
football?
Probably
something.
Like the idea of football.
The concept.
Brad's given the pitch, the PowerPoint. They're all laughing. We're not laughing because it's just a boring PowerPoint. Yeah. And then we get to the name, and then Elijah's like, it's called the Testicular Sentinel. Wah, wah. They all say, no, that's not going to happen.
Right.
Cut to the next slide. It's called The Balls Up. They all think this is hilarious. You loved it? You thought it was hilarious?
No, that was facetious.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. So boom. Here's this. This is our second shot at giving it a funny name that is clever and or cool or something interesting, and it's called Balls Up. I don't know what that means. It doesn't mean anything to me. It doesn't.
Well, it's the name of the movie.
Yes, thank you, Tom. So. Thank you for doing the Dan line. Thank you for Danning me. It's the name of the movie, stupid. Were you waiting to do that just to torment me?
I mean, you were talking about it for a while, so I was like, when's the best point to jump in and just give them the old, it's the name of the movie.
But there's no joke. There's no joke. Then they all clap and say you win your Brazil's condom.
I don't think that's how that works, by the way.
Oh, well, who knows?
Clearly it doesn't work, okay?
But, like, what? You got to come up with a funny name for it or something, right?
You would think. Yeah, you would think. But, whatever. You don't want to think too hard about it, You just want to keep moving on. It's just keep going.
It's just the title of your movie and the main.
It's just the title of the movie, the product. It's what it's all about. I wouldn't worry about it too much,
Okay. And, it's funny. There is a convention where we cut to an overhead shot. We hear the music and the flashing lights. And that is the point at which I write on my notes, in the club.
Yep. We up in the club.
It's such a movie staple that no one ever does anything to turn it on its head.
Correct. Well, because we call it the establishing shot, Dan. We want you to know immediately where we are, what's the vibe, and who's who,
Yeah, but it's whatever.
We'll write something that subverts it, Dan.
Yes, someone. So Santos is there. Really weird shot. It's Santos, Brad, and Elijah, but we have these two other people that look sort of like they're in the same booth as them,
but it turns out they're not.
You're like, why?
They're not even in the scene. I don't know what's going on. I felt like it was just two extras. They were like, let's just get closer. Just keep going. If he doesn't say anything, just keep going.
It's what
good
is
for
that?
them.
What is? There's some sketch or something where the people are supposed to just cross and they keep on inserting themselves into the scene.
See, that's
great. Been very funny scenes, but this is not that. This is just a weird setup. This is
an accident, as far as I can tell. I think someone just wasn't watching very clearly.
So, for whatever reason, Brad and them are drinking. Although, what's his name? Elijah doesn't really drink. Isn't there sort of a premise on him not drinking or something?
Well, until later when they just decide that that's silly and he drinks all the time. In this scene, he's like, I don't drink.
Yeah.
And then the next scene, he's like, I love to drink. So
that makes sense.
Does it though?
And so turns out Santos is 7 or 9 years sober.
Nine años.
9 years sober. And then Brad's like, well, just smell the alcohol. Smell it.
He's just peer pressuring this guy. I just don't buy it.
Then peer pressure him. It's that's not how peer pressure works. It.
Sure.
That is not how peer pressure works. Peer pressure isn't
because I think they don't want him to be the one to force him, right? Because then that looks bad on the character is what they're thinking, I think. But what he's doing is so weird. It's this weird, just smell it. Just put your finger, just dip your finger in it, just swirl it around, just touch it one time. I don't understand what's happening. Either make him peer pressure or just have the guy fall off the wagon. Yeah. He's in a club. He shouldn't. Listen, I've never been sober. I imagine you don't necessarily want to surround yourself with people that are doing the thing you're not supposed to do. I don't know.
You've never been sober? Are you drunk right now?
Yeah. Dan, you think I come to this without a little bump? Okay.
A little bump?
No, thank you.
Are you high on cocaine?
Yeah. Yeah, a little meth. Is that meth? I think they do this with meth. I don't know how to do meth. I've never been sober a day in my life.
You don't know the difference between meth and cocaine. You don't even know.
No. Coke is always this one up the nose or on the gums.
Is the white
I know
powder.
that one.
No, okay. Tony.
Yeah, they do this. Oh, yeah, they rub it right in there.
You snort that, and then with the extra, that you can't get that doesn't go up. You
Dan, you shouldn't be teaching the kids of the world how to do drugs, okay?
And I think meth. I think you cook meth. You know, you got.
Yeah, this is what I was doing. This is me.
Okay, you were cooking meth.
Holding a pipe, and then I think there's a lighter, right? And I
pipe.
Blah, 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 blah. I don't know.
Tony's got his meth pipe going over there. Yeah, act like you don't know how to do a meth pipe, Tony. Yeah, okay, whatever.
I don't know how to do it. Yeah, I think you tie a tube on one and then put it in this vein that you find. Yeah, something. We're gonna get kicked off of YouTube for all this talk.
So then Santos just goes crazy and starts drinking.
And then does he say he's hard at one point? And then he's going to put on the condom?
I didn't. Oh, yeah. Hold on. That's later. So the party the party continues. And then what's his name? Yeah. I think Elijah says about Brad, we call him the enabler. That never comes back.
No, it's just this one time. Yeah. Just a one-off joke.
At this point, Santos invites them to the finals. He's like, you'll come to the finals. It'll be great.
Which is awesome. That'd be super fun.
And then he's friends with the El Presidente. That was weird. Then he's like, okay, I want to do crack. And then he takes his shirt off. He pipes up. And then he takes his clothes off and then puts the condom on and then swings like Tarzan across the club. Which will be make it onto the news.
Yeah. Okay. I will say I think we missed one of my last, but I don't remember what it was. Yep. Oh, so it was when he says he wants to do crack.
Oh, yeah.
Benjamin Bratt makes me laugh because he does this thing where he's kind of hunched over the table and he's like, I want to do crack. And he goes, I still know a guy. And he says it with childlike wonder. And I was like, that's so funny. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. So there was a nice moment. I want to call out the nice moments of the movie as we go through.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, why not? Yeah.
There's only a couple, so it won't take up much of our time.
So we're back at Molly Shannon yelling at them. 7 million views. They got fired.
Did you clock the Ted Danson poster on the wall in this office?
Mm-mm.
Pretty funny prop. It's a picture of Ted Danson, and it just says, I don't normally wear condoms, but when I do, I use whatever the name of their company is. And I'm like, what a weird joke to make about Ted Danson, you dirty dog.
Wow. She does the exit interview, and the exit interview is, you're fired. Okay.
Yeah, I like Molly Shannon, but they don't really give her anything to do in this movie.
Well, because she's not really playing. She's playing not a non-character. Yeah. She's just playing a boss that yells, as opposed to somebody who has a level. You have to give these people a level of complexity, right? They can yell at you.
Sure.
I'll yell at you. I can yell at you. But what's why? Why is she? Yeah. Answer the question. Why is she yelling at them? And if she knows why she's yelling at them, she's going to make some jokes that make sense as to why she's yelling at them. Maybe whatever it is, introduce her character. She's a character, so let her introduce character information. That's what you want funny people to do.
Nah.
She could just yell at them. Say, this is your exit interview. You're fired.
It's easy. Yeah.
This is your exit interview.
This weird running HR joke, which never lands.
It was okay. It didn't bother me.
I mean, it bothered me a little. I'm not gonna lie to you, it bothered me a little. Just because I don't think that the HR guy was very funny with it, and so there wasn't a lot of bounce between Molly Shannon and that person, and that's very important to that sort of dynamic. But it's fine. It's fine.
I always remember on the Louis C.K. TV show, which is on HBO or something. There's one point at which he was talking to someone about something, and we pull back, and his agent, who was was played by that looked like he was 15 years old, was in the room, and you did not know that there was another person in the room. And I've always thought about that, wow. I mean, your mind it just twists the whole scene around.
Sure,
and that's what that magic reveal is supposed to do. And, if it's a guy that's if you guys weren't already fired, you would be fired. But like, why is there an
Yeah.
HR guy? Like you say, it's a condom company. There's going to talk about sex. Like,
Yeah.
it's so weird.
It is weird.
They get to the parking lot. They each have their boxes of stuff. They have a box fight, which could have been so good.
There was a comedic moment where Mark Wahlberg kicks the other box, which is a funny visual because they're so close, and somehow he gets his leg up like almost straight up into the box, and I was like, "Oh, we're going," and then it immediately deflates.
Yeah, they're just
and it's really too bad.
It goes off, and then they're like, "Oh no, we have to talk." We're two people standing here talking to each other instead of having a
Just
moment.
do some physical box comedy right now. Just give me 30 seconds of box comedy.
30 seconds.
That's all I want.
Oh, because what's his name tries to slap Brad, and Brad moves his box up in the way.
Yep, to block it. Yeah.
Great maneuver.
Don't stop.
Ah!
What else? Yeah.
He's like, holding his box, and they're going, I don't know that I ever saw that movie Step Brothers, the one with Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. I think this is what they did constantly in that movie. Damn,
that movie's great. You should see it.
And it's
pretty funny. Yeah, pretty funny.
Put your, that's the thing you always say in like improv. Put your hands on something, and then that's going to give you something to do. You have something to finally do. You're not just
standing in the ether.
But they do something, and then immediately they go back there. Stupid.
Yeah.
3 months later, they're both on the couch, and they get the game tickets in the mail. They both get on the plane. They're going to the thing, and he's like, Mark Wahlberg's all happy, and he looks over. There's a little thing that you can judge. He puts it down, and then he says, "Oh, fuck me." And then they talk and become friends.
Yep, and then nothing. There's no awkward tension here. There's no fighting. He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" He's like, "I'm great. How are you?" He's like, "Pretty good." Okay, enjoy your flight. Let's have fun. Well, what's happening? I don't know. What is even the point of this then?
You have to make them miserable. They have to take the same taxi together. Guy holding the sign that has both of their names. They're both in the thing. This is comedy. They have to get to the stadium and have to sit next to each other. They are not happy about next to each other.
Fine.
They're fine.
No, they're fine immediately. Don't make it weird, guys. It's okay.
And then
it's gonna be good.
What does Paul Walter have? So they get to the stadium. And then they just start drinking.
Yep. He just pulls out a flask of his own or something, and he's like, "Yeah, I party every once in a while." It's, what?
And
what you just earlier you said you didn't do that.
And he drains Mark Wahlberg has 2 flasks. He gives him one of his 2 flasks.
That's what it is.
He drains it, and then he's drinking beers.
Yeah.
What? I don't understand.
I don't know.
If they were having problems with each other.
Sure.
Then he's just like, fuck this. I do not want to look at you. I need something to make you blur out of existence. Get in each other's faces. And then he obsesses over the hot dog.
Yeah. Which is almost funny.
So he obsesses over a hot dog mascot that's on the field. Eventually he gets mad. He goes after the mascot, and they run onto the pitch.
They somehow make it onto the pitch. I don't think so. Because there's
nobody out there stopping anybody from running onto
whatsoever.
the pitch.
It's just a World Cup. Yeah, it's just a World Cup. I wouldn't worry about it. There's no security. It's fine.
And
stupid.
They run past the goal, and then Mark Wahlberg gets hit in the head. And
here's the biggest problem is he's the third person to run across the goal.
Mm-hmm.
It's the hot dog first, then Paul Walter Hauser, and then Mark Wahlberg. You're telling me nobody is there to stop the third person? Maybe the first gets there before security. Maybe. But 3 people? No, not going to happen.
And most importantly, we never make a differentiation between the person that did it. There's only one person that did it. I don't care about the hot dog. They're not trying to kill the hot dog. They're not going to try and kill the other idiot because neither of them did anything. There's only one person who stopped the goal. And that is Brad. And I'm like, and that is never mentioned in the entire movie. That is not
Sure
how.
ain't.
It's like there's like this one play. I think it was at Yankee Stadium, and the guy interfered with the guy catching the ball and wrestled the ball out of his glove. And that guy got in a world of hurt, and can never go to a baseball game again. And these people will be vilified forever. And that was like,
probably had to move out of New York.
Yeah, I said to myself, how are they ever going to? I think he was not a New Yorker. I think that he fucked up the New York. He came to New York and fucked up a New York game. So went back to Philadelphia or whatever.
Good for you, dude.
That I'm sure that guy gets death threats to this day and will for the rest of it. And I don't think it was a playoff game. It was just a game.
Just a regular game. Yeah, people take their sports pretty seriously.
Yeah. So this movie does set up a dynamic of these guys have fucked the Brazilian team out of a World Cup. I was like, how are you going to resolve this? And they do sort of resolve it, but
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say about this part, Tony?
No, I just was so mad. I was just mad. Just mad about it,
Tony was mad. They wake up in jail. Here comes their lawyer. This is her first case. And there's an angry guard watching. And then Elijah realizes that if she takes their case, her life will be ruined. And so he fires her.
Yeah. What? Did you like that? Did you like this move? I thought this was strange and stupid.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well. What are you going to do? Is this the first time where he says the line, everybody calm down, it's just a game?
They thought that would be a joke, I think.
I don't understand it. They say it many times throughout this movie. It's a weird one. No, it isn't. Even if you view soccer, football as a game, the World Cup is kind of something different. You know what I mean? Like, it's important. It's big. Nobody will be like, it's just a game. I'm sorry. Even stupid Americans wouldn't. I can't believe that for a second.
Well, you have to back it. When he says it, he's like, what's everyone's? He says it in a way that it's like this, like it's a casual casual thing where he's like, why is everyone, it's just a game. Who cares? He doesn't say it like he means it, but like if he said
he doesn't take a stance. Yeah.
Yeah. He's not really taking a stance. He's like, this is just a stupid fucking game. Why is everyone losing?
Yeah.
And then what we find out is that when he was a kid, his dad made him do Little League and blah, blah, or whatever. We make a reason. He doesn't have any reason why he says that.
Not only that, but they do try to put him on an arc because then the end of the movie, they do the voiceover and we're like, yeah, soccer's life, football is life, Danny. So it's just weird that he's not more anti-soccer to begin with for some reason. You know what I mean? Like, he should go on a journey because you have the 2 points, but not really.
Yeah, he has to learn to love soccer or care about it or have some, but he has to understand if his whole thing is, it doesn't matter. Why are you all freaking out about this? I don't know. It's weird.
It is weird.
Boom. The Minister of Defense takes them out of there and then just like lets them go. Like, oh, all a misunderstanding. You guys go. They go out on the street and they're spotted immediately and they have to run away.
Well, not immediately, because right away he has a line as they're walking out. Paul Walter Hauser has the line, I don't know how much longer I can keep this smile up. Because Mark Wahlberg's like, just smile and walk, smile and walk. Paul Walter Hauser, smiling. Not smiling when he says that line. When he says, I'm not sure how long I can keep this smile up, he doesn't have a smile on his face, Dan. That line doesn't make sense then. Somebody watching that, Mr. Director, should be like, oh, Paul, maybe you should smile while you're saying you can't smile anymore. Drives me bananas.
And it's your classic case. Why is smiling going to not make people recognize them?
Yeah, I don't know. People think you're polite. I don't know.
You have to do a funny thing where they steal some mops and they come out dressed as women or something. That's what you have to do.
Great. Disguise yourself. Do something.
Do something. They're just
smile
like, we're just
work.
walking and smiling because.
In fact, I've never been to, where are they? Brazil?
Brazil.
Over there?
That's where they are.
I've never been to Brazil, but I know that when I walk down the sidewalk in Los Angeles and I smile at people, they look at me like I'm crazy because people don't just smile at people. So I don't think it would do what you think it would do, Mark Wahlberg. I think it would backfire immediately. Everybody would be like, why are these people so creepy? Kill them.
I went on a whole thing where, like, when Shannon and I would go on our walks in the neighborhood, I'd like say hi to everybody.
Yeah.
She'd get very mad.
I do that.
She'd get mad at me sometimes.
I say good morning to everybody.
Because she realizes it's like with me, it's like I'm testing everyone. I'm not doing it because I'm a good person. I'm doing it because I'm
not being pleasant.
There's a little bit of that in there, but it's like, it's a test to see, how wound up in what a giant dick you are that you can't deal with a human being.
Sure. You can't just have someone come up to you and say, hey, hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm terrified of you.
Get out of here.
Okay.
You're ridiculous.
So there they go. They're running away. And then here comes Santos driving a VW Beetle who picks them up and to safety.
Yeah.
You're like, how did he know? Why did he? What is happening?
No idea.
It's only Brazil. I'm sure in Rio de Janeiro, there's probably only about 25 million people that live there.
No. It's, what did they say? It's the 6th largest country in the world or something like that?
Brazil
not that big.
It's
not that big.
And I'm sure Rio is probably in the top 20 of
for sure.
Amount of people that live there. Most of them probably in poverty, unfortunately. He's 23 days sober. He lost his wife, his house, his job, his kids, his dignity. But he's on the 12 steps. He's on number 9, which is apologize to
amends.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
that's
make amends.
Fine. A bunch of guys with guns stop them, grab them, take them to an estate, and here comes Sacha Baron Cohen, who does this big, speaking incomprehensibly bit.
Sientry yash or now? Yeah.
This bit left me cold.
So here's the thing, right? I understand the bit, which is, at least this is how I interpret the bit and how I would make the bit, is that these are 2 white people in a foreign country, and they are trying to not be racist, while not understanding this person who's fucking with them, which is great. But they need to be so uncomfortable because they're like, we don't want to come off as racist, but like, I don't know what you're saying. Cause I feel this all the time. I'm terrible with accents. I'm so bad with accents. Okay. So if someone comes at me and talks with an accent, I'm like, I have to look at my wife all the time. I'm like, I don't know what they said. Can you fill me in? Can you just take the lead? Happens all the time, and it's super embarrassing. So they need to feel like they don't want to be racist, but they need to be super racist. Not super racist. But they have to be a level of racism in this scene to make this dynamic work, as opposed to them just being confused. Right. Like, because that's not funny. And then when he's like, I'm fucking with you, it's like, okay. Cool. Like, didn't really accomplish anything because no one's hurt. Like, there has to be just, I don't know, a level of menace to the joke. Yeah, is all.
There wasn't.
No, there was not.
He was just fucking with them. He shoots a guy, one of his people, and he's like, he's undercover police, or he could be a guy holding in his poo.
You didn't think that was funny? I thought that was funny. He's like, I can never tell. I can never tell between those 2. It's a similar face. I also enjoy the bit shot in the head or the dick. I shoot you in both. And then Mark Wahlberg picks head first. And then he Paul Winterhouse is like, dick first. And everyone's like, what? Why would you ever want that? That could be a very funny bit, but it wasn't, again. No. But it could have been. Could have been very funny, because what kind of a person would choose to be shot in the dick?
Well, like, he says he wants to live a little longer.
I understand that, but everyone else needs to be like, what is the point of living if you don't have your dick anymore? Like, what are you talking about?
You have to go on to a big explanation. There's a lot of people that have
That's
lived a
what I'm
long
saying.
lives
What
without
type
their
of
dicks.
person is what's going on in here that he's like, you know what, shoot me in the dick, because I would never choose that. That, first of all, that's going to hurt more than anything else. Like, that's the one spot I don't want to get shot. Please.
That's the one spot you don't want to get. I would much rather get shot
That is
there
the
than in
only
the head.
spot on my body, Dan, that I don't want to get shot. You can pick any other spot. Something. Just give me anything.
The teeth. I'd rather get shot in the dick than the teeth.
Teeth would hurt. You're right about that. Teeth freak me out.
Yeah. So this is Kurt Pavio or something. He says
I don't know.
He bet a lot of money against Brazil and won lots of money, so he's saved them so that they can party with him. Okay. They party.
Okay.
So then
great.
the party begins. And then this one guy, we do this whole bit where the one guy's like, "I kill anyone for you" to Elijah, and he's like, "Kill my doctor."
Yeah.
No explanation. No.
Yeah.
We don't ever go anywhere. We never set up this doctor. We never set up anything to do with this. He just wants him to kill his doctor. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I think it was because his doctor called him fat or something like that.
Oh, that could be.
There's something where he's like, he's judgmental or something, and we don't really explore it at all.
Yeah.
But, as a fat person, I can understand the inclination to make that joke.
There you go. Brad is hitting on this hot lady. Then they have to do karaoke. So they get up there and they start with the karaoke and they do the "It's just somebody that I used to know."
Nice.
Brad starts it. He's he's trying to sing it comedically.
Trying. Yeah.
It's very unfunny.
It is unfunny, but he's at least trying something. And so, you got to give him slight credit for that, I guess.
Then Paul Walter Hauser goes, or Paul Walter Hauser,
yep.
He goes.
No, you got it.
And he sings it for real. And
correct.
That's my first laugh of the movie. I thought that was very funny because that's what it should be. They should just be bad singers that are trying to sing it, as opposed to the first guy comedically singing it and the second guy trying to sing it.
So I think part of the problem is that Mark Wahlberg can sing.
Oh.
And so I think he's trying to disguise the fact that he can sing.
Oh, yeah, he's a singer, isn't he? Yeah.
Right, yeah, like that's where he started.
Oh, yeah, he's a
singer. I think it stems from him being like, well, I don't want to just like sing it, so I have to do something. And nobody was like, well, maybe just don't do what you're doing now.
Yeah.
Because it's bad. Just like sing slightly off pitch. You can do that, right? I'm pretty sure you can do that.
It was too much.
Yeah.
But I thought the Paul Walter Hauser, I thought his singing was very funny to me. I thought that was very funny.
I don't know if you're doing this as a bit, Dan,
but
I'm really enjoying you having to look over your piece of paper every single time you got to say this guy's name.
I'll put it here where I don't have to look over. Just look.
No. Keep it further away.
No, Tony.
Keep moving it further and further away. I want you to have to leave the mic, go across the room, read it, and come back.
Oh God! Now we do this. Okay.
Oh, what happens next?
For whatever reason, we bring them back into the room with Sacha Baron Cohen. We have taken their condoms and filled them with cocaine, and then everybody has to prove that they can swallow these. Which, I mean, first of all, as we all know, swallowing these things oftentimes a death sentence.
Correct. Yeah.
So. For whatever reason, we're competing our two guys against two of the criminal guys. The two criminal guys just do it.
Just deep throat it.
And then, this next part's kind of funny. It doesn't make any sense, but it's kind of funny. What's his name? Marky Mark gets it down finally. What's his name? Can't get it down. Then they notice a photo of Giselle Bundchen on the thing. And then it turns out that Sacha Baron Cohen's character is her sister. Her brother. Yeah, her brother. What?
And he wanted to
be the model.
He wanted to be the model, but had to go to school to learn what was
to be a drug business. Yeah, to learn the drug business.
I don't know what that means, but that's funny. And then he like puts on an angel outfit. I mean, it's weird. I know.
I mean, if this whole movie was heightened like that, you'd be like, okay, but the two main characters are not heightened at all. So you're just like,
correct.
It's nothing heightened. Yeah. It's just like, well, it feels like a normal. That's the thing. It feels like a normal movie.
Yeah.
Because they're not heightened.
Correct. Yeah.
And then he swallows the other cocaine thing.
There was a good joke in that. Which was
where's the good joke, Tony? Find the good joke.
He turns it around and goes balls first, and Sacha Baron Cohen gets to comment. He's like, balls first. I didn't see that coming. I was like, it's funny. That could be funny, But then my biggest problem,
it and it's slightly amusing. When they did it in this, you're just like,
it could have been funny. And then it's also brought down because they let him explain why he did it. And he's like, well, yeah, the balls are the biggest part. So once you get those, the rest just goes down. It's like, that's a very logical explanation and not really a joke at all. So you ruined it. The little bit of goodwill you had went right down the tube.
So Brad goes off with the hot woman to have sex, and then we find out that the Brad woman, the sexy woman, is actually Sacha Baron Cohen's wife, and then he likes to find her having sex with men so that he can kill the men, and that gets
also
him excited.
Torture them with glass bottles. I didn't.
There's a whole thing: stick a glass bottle up the ass and then break the glass bottle. I ignored it. Whenever we reference that, There's a number of things in this movie. I sometimes when I'm taking my notes, there are things I just excise, just because
filter it out.
Just filter it out. It's because they make the joke later because they say they were going to stick glass bottles up our ass, and I was like,
yeah.
Did someone really say that?
Right.
I'm not sure I agree with that having been said in the movie because it
was said,
and it's just like when they got freed, they came down in an elevator and then they were walking. I just excised all that dialogue because it wasn't funny and didn't mean anything. When it's just like it's the primary space where you put good stuff, but they just waste all that time on nothing.
Yeah.
At one point, and again, Brad loses his phone, and you're like, I didn't write that down. And then,
right. Yeah. It goes down a sewer, I guess, right?
Oh, we forgot the one kind of funny joke in the movie is their translator is Larry David. So whenever they run the translator, it's Larry David's voice, and it's Larry David's voice. And Larry David's funny. So you're like, oh, that's funny.
He is funny.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because he's obviously delivering those lines as opposed to it being an AI translator.
So it's fun.
So it's good.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good.
It becomes one of my least favorite bits at the end, but we'll go over it later.
Yeah. So they burst in on him, but then luckily the snipers attack at this point and they kill all the bad guys.
I feel like you set up a joke and then don't really pay it off here. This whole dynamic between Sacha Baron Cohen and his wife, kind of leads to nowhere.
Yeah.
What was the point of it? You don't even really get a joke out of it.
No.
You can have a joke. That's a funny idea. What a weird scenario where he's like, I'm tricking you into having sex with my wife so I can catch you and then kill you. There is something there that could be comedic. And you just were like, the idea is funny enough. We don't have to do anything with it.
Well,
and that's wrong.
I mean, if we look at this whole section, right, we have our initial section is he does the weird voice. Then we do he wanted to be a model and you have to swallow a condom full of drugs. And then this thing is about them having those three things have nothing to do with this is not the same character.
Correct.
This is not a character.
Yes.
We have not created a little, I mean, that should be a little mini play, right? What occurs here should be a play. It should be act 1, act 2, and act 3, right? You get there and you establish it. The second part is the thing that has to happen. The third part is the resolution. These three things have nothing to do with each other.
100%.
And I mean,
they're just ideas that you had, and you're like, well, we'll just put them all on this one character.
I bet you if you looked at Dumb and Dumber, which I'd maybe seen maybe twice. I saw when it came out.
It's been a minute.
And I enjoyed it, but it'd be interesting to watch that when they get to the ski place and we start doing the Aspen or whatever it is. If that whole thing tracks one, it is a little mini play.
Sure.
That all fits, because they kill the bird or something. And, if those things all connect and to make this.
Our
this
pets'
whole,
heads are falling off. Yep.
And it would be
Very
interesting.
funny.
Or if it's just like, okay, we killed the animal joke, then we do this other joke, and then we do this other joke.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's been a minute.
They run away. They're in the back of the cocaine truck with the wife, but then they hit a truck. They hit a tree.
This is the part that made me very upset with the Larry David translator.
Sure. Yeah.
So there's three people in the front of this truck. It's the wife and the two
guards.
Yeah, that's great. And then Paul and Mark are hiding in the back of the truck. Now, the three people are talking loud enough that the translator is picking it up and can translate. But somehow they're not hearing the translator repeat back what it said. If one can hear one, they can hear the other. That's just how things work. It's not a one-way voice tunnel, okay? That's not a thing, guys. Ridiculous. Got very upset. Yeah, and then they crash into something.
Tree. They crash into a tree.
And they're all dead.
Our guys survive. The other people die. They get out. But there's been a lot of cocaine sort of shot up. So they're pretty high. Yeah. They're walking. Wahlberg's knee is messed up. He fixes the knee with condoms or something. I don't know.
Well, Paul snaps it back into place. There was almost a good joke where he was on the wrong knee at first. He was about to pop the wrong knee. Why that's funny is because that happened to me in the hospital. I went in to have surgery on my left knee. And they mark it with an X. And I was like, why are you marking it with an X? And it turns out, thank God they did, because then the doctor came in and he was looking at the other knee and he's like, all right, so if we come in here, I was like, whoa, the X is on the other knee, doc. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. And I was like, what do you mean you read it wrong? Can you imagine if I just went in there and I came out and my left knee was still fucked up and then my right knee was all shredded because they went inside of it? But I'm very upset. So there's a funny scene there that you could have done and they didn't.
You might be a wealthy man.
Idea.
You might be a wealthy man now if that had happened to you.
I wouldn't mind it. I'll take one for the team.
Okay.
Give me a couple mil.
Get the next morning. We set up that Paul Walter Hauser is the fun police, while Brad is the guy that laughs at the guy trying to be the fun police.
But is he the fun police? At what point was he the fun police?
They poop out.
Great answer, Dan. I appreciate it, as always.
They poop out the cocaine. We do I never fit. Oh, then Brad does a whole, I never fit in. That's what I love about you is you fit in. That the nerd guy fits in? No, that's no.
No, it doesn't really matter because this whole scene doesn't make any sense.
Oh, no. Paul Walter Hauser doesn't fit in. Brad is shallow.
Right.
And he says, and you're good at what you do. And it's like, Brad's really good at what he does.
Yep. They know that they need to have a scene where they reconcile their differences.
Yeah.
But they don't really have differences to reconcile, so it doesn't really make sense. And also the way they do it is this is so random. There has to be a catalyst for them to learn to accept each other.
Yeah.
They don't just decide now that we're in the woods, be like, okay, now's a good time for us to come together. Kumbaya, let's do it.
Brad's
not the way things work.
Brad's got to be the shoot from the hip guy. Well, he's the guy that has to think about things.
Sure.
Brad's the loud guy. Well, he's the quiet. You just set up all those standard things. Whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter what you do. You gotta actually do them. Here comes a crocodile. Alligator, it eats the cocaine bags, and they're like, cocaine bear. And he sort of goes like that, and then his heart explodes, and he dies.
Here's my problem, is that they make a cocaine bear joke, but there's also a movie about crocs or alligators that get cocaine and then go eat people. That was a movie that was made very soon after Cocaine Bear.
Yeah,
many years before this movie was made.
Nobody knows that.
I know it. The wife and I watched it. We thought it was hilarious.
Nobody knows.
So it's a real thing.
Everybody knows Cocaine Bear. Nobody knows Cocaine Crocodile.
But do your research. That's all I'm saying, guys.
Boom, they're walking along, and here come Eco Warriors. They're looking for poachers. They make a couple of Air One jokes.
You like that?
Well, I live across the street from an Air One, so of course I like it. My wife used to work at Air One.
Oh, yep. No, you're right. You do. Yep.
And here's Julie. They call her Patchouli Julie. And then they realize that these guys are the guys that screwed up the Brazil match, but they love them. So they take them to their camp.
Right. Because they like chaos or something.
I don't know. They said words. I did not pay attention.
It didn't really make sense to me, but that's fine.
There's this local shaman guy. He speaks in another language, which none of them understand.
Which is, so that part is funnier to me than Sacha Baron Cohen doing with They Don't Understand Him, because I can't remember the guy's name. The one guy that you know in that group.
Eric Andre?
Yes. He gets to say the line, something like, it's gibberish. That's where you need to go. That's the beginning. Him just being like, I don't know, he's talking gibberish and he's trying to give them advice. Don't pee in the water. Don't do these things. I think you need to, in my opinion, you need to escalate that, where then they start like talking back to him and saying, being slightly racist. They have two scenes.
Tony's always goes back to the racism.
This is their scene, not my scene. They set up the joke where Americans can't understand the foreigners, even though we are in their country, right? That can be funny and uncomfortable, but they do this exact same scene twice, and neither time do they do any jokes with it.
Well, they say his name at the end with like a wee. It's like, oh, that was
Papai.
It was very
That's
funny.
not a joke.
When they did that 5 times. You're like, well, that one guy keeps doing that. He's locked onto his joke.
Well, that guy wasn't very funny. I don't know if you noticed that.
That guy was super not funny. So they say we're gonna have a party later on tonight, even though it's in the afternoon, and then we'll take you on a raft tomorrow. Then we also set up the vampire fish, which swims into your dick.
Now, I don't think that exists, right? But there are like amoeba that do that. There's something like smaller things.
There's something that if you're in the water and your dick's in the water, you can get stuff in your dick, I think. I believe.
If you open the stream, there are rivers or something that you can't do it. But it's not, as far as I know, it's more of a disease type thing. It's more of like an amoeba gets inside and then kills you or something.
That makes more sense.
A fish swimming upstream into your pee-pee, but I could be wrong. It leads to one of my only good laughs of the movie.
There it is. We do a fish concert joke. We do ayahuasca. We do a licking of frogs joke. And then...
was it a joke?
I mean, no.
Because he just goes, how do you get into the frog licking business? And his answer is just, just lick frogs.
But they say, we've got a frog guy. That's the joke.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Because he's like the drug guy. Yeah. All right. I got you.
That was the joke.
So we're putting the bar pretty low. I got you.
I mean, in movies like this, making a reference is a joke. I'm not saying because I didn't laugh at any of these things. I'm just saying
sure
they make it. Okay, I'll say they made a reference to ayahuasca, to fish, and to licking frogs. All right. Julie's gonna have sex with both of them for some reason.
Yeah,
what's his name would not have wanted to have sex with her. Period. No, there's 0% chance.
And he wouldn't want to have sex with Mark Wahlberg while having sex. You know what I mean? Like
0% chance.
This is not in his character whatsoever.
And she's like, I'll take you to the lovemaking spot. The lovemaking spot happens to be the random top of a hill where you can see the poachers that they've hung. You got to put a couple pillows down. You got to do something.
Thank you. You just on a hill? No, this is not the lovemaking point. Then this is just a hill.
There's got to be like something. There's got to be something like a straw mat. She's like, yeah, that's our one straw mat.
We all have sex on that, Great.
You're like,
and then Paul Walter Hauser needs to be like, when did you sanitize it last?
No, I mean, I'll stand here and watch a little, but no. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
I mean, he never does that. He never goes, no, 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 no,
Nope.
no, 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 no. He never, it's
Yep.
so easy to, in comedy,
100%.
it's so easy to react. And like
Yeah.
you said at the beginning, then that was always the thing. Get to the 10, then we'll pull you back to where you need to be.
Exactly. Yep.
And he's cruising at
It's so much harder to go the other way, guys.
He's cruising
Just
at a
FYI.
1.5 most of the time. He's just like, oh my God, come on, do something.
I'm max speed right now.
So basically, we find out that the crocodile that died from their whatchamacallit is going to get them in trouble because that's what they're trying to protect here.
Right.
And then she's like, oh, we got cameras everywhere. And then they realize that there's going to be footage.
How do they have cameras everywhere, Dan?
Whatever. I mean, truth be told, people set up trail cameras everywhere at this point.
Sure.
And capture animals doing all sorts of things. There's, oh God, what did I see? There's like this one guy that what he'll do is he'll take a big pile of something and pile it in the forest, and then he'll put trail cameras on it, and then you watch the YouTube video of all the animals that come to eat at what he's set up.
Which is beautiful. I love that.
Yeah, it's super cool.
First of all, you should tell me who that is because I would totally watch
You
that.
can just look it up on YouTube. I don't know who the fuck it is.
I can't look it up. I don't know what to say.
So then they realize that they're going to get discovered. So they run away to go steal the raft. Eric Andre and the other guy find the footage, and it shows them like sitting with the alligator, and the alligator. This is where they're eating out of the alligator, and they say a bunch of words,
scratching each other's backs with the claw or something.
They're being they're doing humorous things with the dead animal.
Are they humorous?
Well, I mean, they're attempts at humorous things.
Sure. I just kept thinking, like, how did they get the claw off? How did they tear off through the bone? You know?
So they escape on the raft. Oh, we do this whole thing where Julie wants to have sex with everyone except Eric Andre and this other guy.
Yeah. So they kind of tell you, Dan. So basically, they're all shooting, right? They're all shooting. And then Eric Andre and the other guy don't hit anything, I guess. And she's like, this is why I won't fuck you two. But the problem is, I feel like everyone was shooting and missing. So it didn't make any sense.
Oh,
they're
they're bad shots.
You're supposed to think that they're ineffectual, and that's why she doesn't like them or something. I don't know. It was very dumb. What I did think could have been a funny bit was they started being upset that she was going to make them kill these guys. When they saw the tape, they were like, "Oh, we're going to kill them now. I don't want to kill." You know, that's almost funny, where you're willing to kill them because she's hot, but you don't want to kill them. Like, there could be something funny there.
There's your joke, because they've never killed anyone.
Great. Yeah, there you go.
And so they should be the ones really wanting to kill them or something like that.
Sure. Yeah, great.
Whatever.
I don't know. Do something different than what you did, that's for sure.
It's nighttime. They got to pee. What's his name? Pees in a bucket because he's like, oh, we gotta save the pee because if we run out of water, even though they're on a river.
Yeah.
When you're in the ocean and salt water, yeah, I understand. But you're on a river. You can just drink that water.
Yeah, you're not supposed to drink the salt water. It doesn't help.
No.
Just FYI, if everyone's stranded, that's not good.
And so he pours the pee out, and then Mark Wahlberg goes to pee, and this is when we have the vampire thing that the shaman set up in a language they didn't understand. It swims right up his thing and gets in his dick, but he grabs his dick in time. I love the visual of the little fish swimming up the stream. That's very funny.
Great. Yeah, very good. I like this scene, and let me tell you why. Mark Wahlberg plays it.
Yeah,
this is the closest to a 10 we've seen from anyone in the movie. Paul Walter Hauser still at a 1.5 at best, maybe a 1. He might drop a little in this scene. I'm not really sure, but Mark is giving it his all, and he delivers this line where he's like, "I need you to use your mouth." Which is a great. That's exactly where we need to go.
He's trying to grab the fish and it's slippery. And just think about all the ooh. Oh God, he's so little. And he's little, but he's slippery. Just do something.
Have fun with it. Just have fun with it. You know what I mean? Like, you're in a silly, but just have fun with it. But he doesn't. He makes a very conscious choice not to do that. But Mark is like, use your mouth. Paul Walter Hauser's like, you use your mouth. And this is my favorite line of the movie.
Sure.
Mark in agony is just like, don't you think if I could reach my own dick, I'd know that by now?
Yeah.
And that line was a good line.
Yeah.
It was nice. It's delivered right. And I was like, there's a movie here, guys. If you give someone to bounce him, it could be fun.
Well, they're
stuff.
going through something finally. These
Someone
two characters
Mark
are finally going through something together.
Is Paul going through it?
Well,
I don't know.
He's yelling at him. Yeah, he's going through it.
A little.
Yeah.
No, I thought that was. I really liked it. I thought it was funny.
And he does it. And then his phone gets a signal, but they don't notice. And boom, in the morning, here comes the patrol boat with the bad people. And what were they going to do? Oh, they just leave them be, right? So they're like, we're the patrol boat. And they're like, we're not going to rescue you because it turns out that they're on the Ngazu River, which has the Ngazu Falls. And so then they're going to go over the falls, but they use a lot of condoms. And then they don't die from going over the falls.
Doesn't make any sense, Dan.
Well, I mean, there used to be a thing, and people used to go over Niagara Falls in a barrel.
No, that's from a cartoon.
No,
you're confused.
That's real.
That didn't happen in real life. I don't believe that for a second. That's crazy.
You can find newspaper articles about it.
That's insane.
Elijah has to save Brad, and then we have a montage of their friendship. Montage.
I was floored when this happened.
The friendship montage?
The friendship montage of a movie without friendship was so weird to me. I was befuddled. That's the only way to say it. Befuddled.
So they get to the shore, and then boom, here comes a tank. Here comes all these military guys, but also here comes the lawyer lady, who's really a military commander. And it turns out that once you go over the falls, you're in Argentina. Argentina was the one who won the World Cup, so they are heroes in Argentina. And that's the solution, is that they have to live their lives out in Argentina.
I don't hate it. I don't hate that.
Like,
I think that's a fine resolution because there's not a lot of ways out of this problem.
No.
And I think that's a pretty good one.
Yeah. They become the condom of Argentina. There's a bus parade, and then there's a whole weird voiceover, which I could not listen to the voiceover at the end.
It was just about how they love soccer now and how it's family or something, and they're doing great. They're doing great in Argentina.
And they made a big statue of the
of him tackling the hot dog and him getting hit in the head with the ball. Yeah.
Why is there a tank? Why is there a tank? I don't
know. They just wanted it to be cool. Seems scary.
Think that they were coming after them with a tank. It's like, why did they just shoot them?
Right. That's a good point.
Bang, bang.
Done. And movie's over. Great job, everybody. Great job.
I don't think I'll ever fondly think of this movie.
No, I don't think so either.
Because at least like the Kevin Hart, Mark Wahlberg movie, there was like the whole weird shit scene in the kitchen and the turtles. That was like so weird. Right. And then there was a scene at the end. There was a scene at the end that I think I liked too. I can't think of anything in this movie other than like the fish swimming up the
so I think if they would have played that scene more, like stayed with it a little more, I think that scene would be pretty memorable. Like and this is just, I'm not rewriting the movie. I'm just saying something that I was thinking about is I think it'd be funny if Paul Walter Hauser started like going down with his eyes closed, and then Mark would freak out. He's like, why are your eyes closed? You're going to get something you don't want. Like you could just more dick is one. I think we need more dick, and we need to see Paul like go at it with his mouth a little bit. I know that people may not want to see that, but I think it would be pretty funny.
It would be very rude, but it would be fun. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You guys, the Farrelly brothers used to be rude, right? They went for the rude and were unapologetic about it. And
now we're afraid.
We live in an afraid world, and I understand that. I understand why people are afraid, but come on.
I understand why people are afraid. I do get it, and I think that being careful isn't necessarily a bad thing, but also go for it. It's comedy. Sometimes you just got to go for it. Otherwise, it's not going to land.
Yeah, you're not making a bunch of gay jokes or anything. They didn't make any gay jokes.
It's not about being gay. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just, that's a funny visual.
Yeah.
No matter how you look at it, someone trying to get a fish out of someone else's penis is a funny visual that we should live in a little bit.
Yeah. And it's not like, I mean, in the 90s, they probably would have been like, no homo, done a whole thing like that.
Right.
And it would have been, you'd have been like, oh, okay, whatever. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either. What if he ate the fish? What if he gets it out and then he swallows it? That's fun.
What if he ate the fish? There it is. Anything else you have to say about how terrible Paul Walter Hauser is?
No, I've said way more than I want to, and I feel bad. I don't work. I'm a talentless hack, so take everything I said with a grain of salt.
See, I'm
just not a fan.
I gotta say, I'm disappointed in this episode.
Why? You thought I'd be more mad about it?
I thought you would be so angry and so like, if I was doing this, I would do this. Because you get that way. Sometimes you get that way, Tony. It's very funny.
Here's the thing. If we had done this episode yesterday, that's where I was at yesterday.
Oh, you've calmed down?
I thought about it overnight, and I was like, I know nobody watches this podcast. But if somebody did, they would just be like, this guy's just a talentless, bitter wannabe, which is all true. Like, that's all correct. But I don't want to be that guy, even though, he sucks. He's not funny. Could I have done a better job? 100%. Right? I don't even think that's a big leap. I don't even think even people that don't know me might be like, you might have been able to do a better job because he was really bad and the bar is really low. But I didn't want to be that guy coming in just bashing on another fat guy who can't be funny,
Yeah.
So I calmed down. I apologize for letting you down, Dan.
Disappointed. Looking forward to your level of ire.
It was, I'm telling you, 12 hours ago, I was off the charts.
Okay, good. I feel better now. Now we're talking about something we liked this week. I had something and then I forgot it. I don't know if I talked about this last week, but I watched, there's this guy called, he has a show, Dan Olson, who does folding ideas, and he did a thing about Mr. Beast. Did I talk about that last week?
You did. And I watched it, by the way.
You watched it?
It is, yes, it's great.
Oh, okay.
He's awesome. So I might have to watch more stuff by him.
So there's this other guy who I watch called Big Joel. He'd done one before dissecting every single game in Beast Wars.
Oh, interesting.
One. So then he dropped a video, an hour-long video, talking about Beast Wars. What's it called? Beast Games 2. Dissecting the entire thing. And then the guy that you watched, Dan Olson, he dropped another video, an hour and 18 minutes, where he dissected every game about it.
Oh my God.
It's just the Mr. Beast thing, that Mr. Beast and his boys. Yeah. They're these guys that have so much money and they just don't spend the money right. And it got me thinking about how hard it is, like for Facebook to like do anything other than Facebook, for all these different giant companies who revolutionize the world with their companies. And then they just can't do a second thing. They think they could do a second thing, but they pour all this money into these, the metaverse being the thing that they just shut down. And, I remember watching Mark Zuckerberg stand there with showing the little dudes that were floating around without legs. And you're just like, who the fuck is going to be interested in that when you have Fortnite and a million other things that are fucking incredible?
Even Fortnite's not doing so good. They just laid off a bunch of people at Epic Games because it's down. Yeah. Usage is down.
Yeah. So,
that's it. Yeah,
we live
100%.
We live in this weird fragmenting thing where it's like, I think I've said this before, is I watch more YouTube than anything at this point.
Yeah. We watch a lot. We watch a lot of
YouTube.
We watch a lot of Peacock, is what I was going to say.
You watch a lot of Peacock, really?
Love Peacock. Peacock's got everything. In fact, the thing I'm going to talk about is on Peacock.
And that's the thing. It's like, you know, you don't have the three big channels that everybody watches it. You know, it's like, well, you're either going to be watching everybody's.
Those days are gone.
The monoculture is gone. And it's, you know, everybody used to sit down and watch Cosby, you know? What was the
primetime TV?
There was Zach Galifianakis has a new gardening show, which I'm going to watch. So I'll probably talk about that next week. But
does he?
I was watching some of the outtakes from Between Two Ferns, and he had John Hamm on there, and he was like, "So, what does it feel like to know that the Smithsonian has Don Draper's suit hung right next to Bill Cosby's sweater?" You're like, those jokes. Some of those jokes are just like, holy moly, they're so rude, so obnoxious.
Yeah.
And he's like, because he has there's this one comedy podcast I listen to, he has a big interview, and he's like, we've gotten to this point where a lot of people think, maybe he didn't say it, maybe the host said it, a lot of people think that Between Two Ferns is real.
Oh, wow. Really? We live in a weird world. It's really weird space, you know?
Weird. Okay, Tony, what do you got for us? Give us your Peacock news.
No, I changed my mind because I forgot what else we watched, and I actually liked this more, and we're about to watch more of it. I mentioned it last time. American Gladiators dropped the new version. I love it. Having a great time. Good. The Miz is one of the hosts. He's an old wrestler. Not old. He is a wrestler. He's great. Super fun.
Yeah.
The games are it's interesting to watch some of the games that they did in the 80s that they brought back, and now I'm like, well, that game's not all that much fun, but then there's some new games that are really cool. It's great. It's a great mix of like some of the old stuff and some new stuff. It's super fun. I hope they get to keep doing it. And the semifinals and the finals get released on next week on my birthday. So I'm very excited.
Happy birthday to Tony.
Thanks, Dan.
Well, we're gonna go serious. Let's not go serious. Put the comedies away.
We already did. Is Paul Walter Hauser in this movie?
I wish he was.
Get it? Because there's no comedy in those movies.
Oh, I see. No, we're going with the biggest star in the world, doing the greatest sports movie of all time.
What? What is this?
Ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong.
Oh, ping pong. No. We're watching a Timothy Chalamet movie?
We're doing Marty Supreme.
How long is Marty Supreme? If this is a long movie, I'll be mad at you.
Shannon was like, it dropped on HBO. So
did it?
Yeah.
Dan, it's 2:30. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes. Oh, God.
It's funny. The Balls Up movie, or Balls Go. I said to myself, I hope this movie isn't an hour and 46 minutes. An hour and hour and 47 minutes. I looked at hour 46 minutes. Thank you.
Yeah. You did it. You set a bar and it got right underneath it. Nailed it. I'm going to quickly look at something here, Dan. I'm going to look through Timothy Chalamet's resume. I don't know if I've ever seen.
You have seen one.
Timothy.
You have seen one for sure. We did one.
What was he in?
You have to remember.
Call Me By Your Name. We didn't do that.
He was not the star.
All right, I'm starting at the beginning. No. Law and Order. Probably saw that. Royal Pains. He was on 4 episodes of Royal Pains. I definitely saw that. I loved that. That was a USA show. That was a great show. He was in Interstellar. So I guess I've seen that.
Maybe it's one of the kids. He must have been one of his kids.
Must have been.
Yeah.
Lady Bird. Didn't see that.
Oh, Lady Bird was good. Lady Bird was great.
Was it?
Yeah, it's great.
Didn't see Dune. That's for darn sure. I should probably see it.
Great.
I should probably see it.
Wonderful movies.
All right. What am I missing?
I don't know.
Bones and all. Oh, don't look up.
He plays like the kid. Do they have sex? I think
now I remember. Yeah, they're on. Yep, I remember. He was fine. He was great.
You're right. He was great in Wonka. I loved Wonka. Wonka was great.
Yeah, didn't see Wonka.
Yeah.
All right, I should probably watch some Timothy Chalamet. He does all fairly serious movies, and bore me,
You wouldn't want to watch actors doing acting. Ugh, horrible.
No, that's why I watched Paul Walter Hauser. All right, that's the last one.
Okay. Well, so we're going to do Marty Supreme, do some ping pong, do some
I love it.
Softy Brothers or Softy Brothers, I think they're called, something like that.
Softy Brothers. That sounds...
Yeah, it's the whatchamacallit, Uncut Gems, the brother of the Uncut Gems guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know,
Well, there you go.
Guys are out there swinging their dicks around. Ooh, look at my dick.
I love it. Yep, got it.
That's the noise of a dick swinging back and forth. That's what that noise is. Sorry.
There was, if you're just listening, there was to help. You know what it was, just FYI.
Okay. If you like what we do, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, or even send us a message. You know, we're listening.
Just like Frasier Crane, I'm listening.
Oh God, I bring up how bad that Frasier reboot was
the reboot.
All the time.
Oh, it's heartbreaking because the original's so good, and he is still so good at that character, and they just could not write a show around it. It's embarrassing.
Well, and that's the thing. You know, I wondered if the writing of the 90s and the 2000s was a lost art, but we have it's not because the Jason Momoa and whatchamacallit, that action movie.
No, that's The Wrecking Crew.
You can
10 out of 10.
still write a movie like that, and then this new Steve Carell show, The Rooster.
Oh, that's on our list. I have to watch. I'm going to try to watch that this week.
It is a classic sitcom. I mean, they might be spending a lot more money than they ever did on the classic sitcom.
Sure.
But the writing is classic sitcom writing, and it's fine. So,
wow, and it's fine.
I think there's just a lot of bad writing available, and you know now we're going to have a lot of bad AI writing available. It's going to get even better.
We're just steadily going downhill. We're along for the ride, everybody.
Well, I can smell some food cooking, so I'm going to go have lunch.
Oh, I'm jelly. All right.
Go eat your pizza. Shut up.
You know it. Yeah, we got Rocky's Gourmet. I've got a barbecue chicken with pineapple waiting for me in the fridge.
There you go. Go eat your pizza, Tony, and I'll see you next week.
Goodbye, everybody.
Hey, watch him! We're